Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can accelerate your SQL migration using the one-click deployment GitHub POC. The GitHub repository is designed to help you to understand the technical aspects of migrating SQL Server database to Azure SQL and to provide you with the necessary resources to carry out a successful migration. The repository includes various documentation and code sample that can help you to assess the feasibility and readiness of migrating your on-premises SQL Server to Azure SQL. These resources can also help you to plan and execute the migration process. Some of the resources available in the repository include one-click deployment, POC planning and preparation guidance, migration tools and scripts, and best practices. Overall, the One-Click SQL Migration POC repository is a helpful resource for customers who are looking to migrate their SQL Server to Azure SQL and want to learn best practices and common migration patterns. Migrations can be a complex and challenging process, but with the right tools and strategies in place, it can be a smooth transition. Here are the current migration scenarios to help you when migrating to Azure SQL. Before migrating to Azure SQL, it's crucial to assess the current environment carefully. SQL Assessment is available for Azure SQL and DB to help analyze the current SQL environment, identify any potential issues, and recommended solutions. SKU recommendation helps determine the most appropriate Azure SQL offering based on the current workload type, database size, resource usage, providing optimized performance, scalability, and costs. Online migration is currently available only for Azure SQL MI. It will provide a high availability solution that minimizes downtime and ensures data consistency. Offline migration is available for Azure SQL DB and MI. So we are going to facilitate an offline migration by providing a detailed plan for migration process and a robust and efficient solution. There are different ways to deploy the solution, and you can use either ARM, Bicep, or Terraform. This approach allows you to define and manage your cloud infrastructure using code. ARM stands for Azure Resource Manager, which is the native tool for Azure. It uses JSON templates to define and deploy Azure resources. Bicep is a new language developed by Microsoft that builds on top of ARM templates. It simplifies ARM templates by using a clear syntax, offering better modularity and code reuse. Bicep is designed to make it easier to write and maintain infrastructure as a code for Azure deployments. Last but not least, Terraform templates provide a powerful and flexible way to define, manage, and automate your infrastructure as a code. At the moment, you can use CLI to accelerate and perform your migration. PowerShell is coming soon. Now it's time to walk through the GitHub repository. This one-click deployment allows you to deploy a proof-of-concept environment of migrating to Azure SQL. You can choose between Azure SQL Database and Azure SQL Managed Instance as a target for your POC. I'm going to pick up Azure SQL MI. There are 3 different ways to deploy this POC, and you can choose the one you are familiar with. In addition, you can see the diagram of all services that will be deployed and how they are related to each other. With the ARM template, you can have the one-click button to deploy the entire solution in a fast way. You will be asked to provide a subscription, resource group, region, and a suffix name, which is used to append global names for resources like storage account. Also, you can visualize all the resources. Back to the repo. Bicep and Terraform templates are available for you and can be incorporated into your CI/CD. A list of all Azure resources deployed with this solution is available, as well as the credentials that you will need to complete the POC. Now, let's move to the assessment and SKU recommendation page. The first thing you have to do is to connect to the Jumpbox VM using the credentials, and then log into your Azure subscription. After complete these prerequisites, you can run the assessment command. You don't need to change the command, just copy, paste, and run. For the SKU recommendation, the first step is to collect the data. Again, you don't need to change the command. Keep it running for at least 10 minutes. To get the SKU recommendation, copy, paste, and run the command without changing it. Pay attention to the target platform. The next step is to perform a migration, and you can choose between online or offline. I'm going to pick the online migration. From the Jumpbox VM, follow prerequisites 1 and 2 if you haven't already completed them. I want to call your attention to the item 3. You have to perform a backup by yourself. Use the storage account that was deployed together with the solution. Create and copy the SAS token from the storage account and run the command. After creating a backup, you can start the migration process. There are a few things you have to change, like subscription ID, resource group name, and SQL Manager instance name. You don't have to change the data source. You can monitor it in many different ways. Once you are ready to complete the migration process and the DMS has applied all backup, you can perform the cutover to finish the migration. Navigate through the content is easy, and now it's your turn to try out this POC. I hope you enjoyed it and will be able to use this POC. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.